All right, and we're recording. Hey, everybody! Welcome to another episode of D&D for Normies. I am your Normie Dungeon Master. Maybe that's a thing. Zuby here, and I'm I've brought some amazing players here with me. Let's go around the table real quick. Introduce everybody again for this is our second episode. Pronouns he, him. Trying to get better at remembering that. And, yeah, let's go around the table. Let's start off with Michelle.
All right. Well, hi, I'm Michelle Rapp. It's so wonderful to be here playing this awesome character with this awesome crew. I am mostly known on Twitter as Kiln Fiend Potter, where I yell a lot about various things that matter to me, including, but not limited to, trans rights, queer rights, also Magic the Gathering, representation within gaming, and media representation, but also, like, bread and cats. These are sort of my main things in life. But yeah, I've been playing various role-playing games for a couple years now, really love it, and are we going to character descriptions now, or should we wait until we launch into the RP?
Yeah, let's wait until we get into the game.
Okay, I play a character shrouded in mystery, who you will soon discover. But yes, awesome. I'll go ahead, and I'm gonna throw the ball over to Baltan.
Oh snap! Okay, there's ball throwing now. I was not prepared for this.
I'm gonna throw the ball. It's like improv. We're doing object work.
Oh no, I never. Okay, so I'm Tony, also known as Baltan. Usually see me around on the Normie Discord or when two of these lovely people are streaming, because love them. And also on Twitter, Baltan2. I'm just happy to be here. Let's just go with that.
We're happy to have you.
Yeah, and yeah, this has been a blast. So, I don't want to keep it, so let's go. Well, from my perspective, it could throw down. I don't know what it's going to actually look like on your end, to Justin.
Oh, I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from such games as Guild Gates and Goblins, or Descent into Avernus. Now, hello, I'm Justin, also known as Six. I play mostly Vigi games online, and I've been playing D&D for... Gosh, I guess I started Guild Gates and Goblins a while ago now. Sheesh. But yeah, I saw the opportunity to join another fun game with fun people, and I was like, oh yeah. So yeah, whoop-de-doo. Oh, he, him, by the way.
We're happy to have you.
Yes, they, she. Sorry. This is Michelle.
All right, and last but not least, Pixie.
Hi, hey, I'm Pixie Kitten, pronouns she, her. If you're here, you probably already know me, so go on.
Who are you?
Some
random
confused.
person that just joined this.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought this was like a private little Discord.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, whatever.
I'm just my character. I'm May. Don't worry about it.
All right, and I do want to say a little something. And it's sort of been a lot of talk on Twitter lately. The whole what's going on in Texas? Is it like they're trying to pass a bill or something right now? Or no, it was a letter that Governor Abbott sent out to DCF.
Yeah,
it used to be. Go ahead. Sorry.
It was like an executive order type letter.
It was
sent. It's like effective immediately,
which is completely fucked up. So I wanted to say something. Like, I know there's plenty of charities out there that are, definitely doing a lot of the good light work, groundwork for helping out people, because it's scary times.
If you have the ability to donate to not only these charities, but also a significant number of legal resources out there, would also appreciate those contributions, including but not limited to places like the NAACP, as well as Lambda Legal, ACLU. There are a lot of local chapters that you can find too, of organizations that create safe spaces and resources for queer kids in Texas and other southern states. So please make an effort to go out and support them, because life. Because in America, everyone should have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, no matter what state you're in or what gender you are.
Yeah, exactly what Michelle said. Write your congressman to, write your governor, something. Vote these people out. Same kind of similar things happening in Florida too right now with the Don't Say Gay amendment, which is just insanity to me. I
realized this was the 1950s.
Yeah. It's something very similar. Right now, it's not as bad as Texas, but it'll get there. But
for once, Florida wins out on something.
Barely.
Give it time. Give it time.
Yeah, it's just I just wanted to bring a little something, because that does sort of hit me near and dear to my heart with my kids, and it's yeah.
And as a former Texan, there's a lot that's amazing about the state. There's a lot of amazing communities there, and the other folks who live in that state deserve to be themselves and be Texans.
Exactly.
I think it's also like a good example, just like, obviously what's happening right there is bad, and it's also important to keep in mind, like, your local areas as well, because you do not want to be the next one to get to that unfortunate point. So it's like really important to pay attention to your local politics as well, and guide it to not go down that kind of path. But yeah, like, they absolutely could use all the help they can get right now.
Yeah, and if you're in America, it's midterms this year. Register to vote now. It's more important than ever. Do it.
Vote. Local elections mean everything.
They're sometimes way more important than national elections.
Yeah.
Right.
By the way, this is my partner, Doug. He is doing his laundry.
Hi, Doug.
Hi, Doug. Everybody, so if you're listening to audio only, Doug, everybody say hi, Doug.
Hi, Doug. Now you know that I live in a household where we do clean our clothes.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So let's get into The Price of Progress, Episode 2. We left off while everyone came to the town of Dragonhurste and celebrated the Remembrance Festival to celebrate the defeat of the High Council 2 decades ago. Their tyranny of rule and, long-standing oppression is now gone. No more. Democracy has now started to flourish. So this festival was a remembrance of those who fought and died and helped bring Mysidia to another age. You all came to this town for your own special reasons, and during the whole lot of fun events. We had a slapping contest, we had a magic show, we had the survive a mind flayer. I feel like I'm forgetting one more. There was
It's like the intellect
The quiz?
one.
Yeah. The Jeopardy like one.
Yes.
Yeah, the Jeopardy one, and
I won that one.
No.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Cheating.
But as the festivities ended for that final night and the party got pretty wild for some of y'all, especially for a certain satyr, you were awoken early in the morning by the elder of the Church of Mystra telling you that the statue of Mystra is gone. And Karen, when you woke up that morning too, because you both went to bed rather early, well, earlier than most people, you too noticed the statue was gone. So we are going to open it up. Unfortunately, Niros and Tellercos are still asleep at this point because it's about 7-8 o'clock in the morning here.
Why is this unfortunate? That seems like a very good time to still be asleep.
So we're going to open it up to May as you are rustled awake by the elder. She comes to you, Ro, the pastor or the elder of Mystra in this town, comes to you, wakes you up, and tells you, "I need your help. The statue of Mystra, it's gone."
Yeah, anything. Okay, what do you need me to do?
anything you can do here, just quickly come with me to the center of town. I don't know if you know this, but without the protection of Mystra, things might get a little bit crazy.
Oh, that's right. I did hear about that. Yeah, let's go. I'll just grab my stuff, get dressed really quick or whatever, and go with them.
You can tell by her demeanor that she's extremely nervous. She's gathering some other people who work at the church, not necessarily clerics or priests, just people who may help around the church. And so she has like 2 other people with her as all 4 of you just start heading to the center of town. Karen, as you wake up from a very nice sleep, as you get up and as you stare out, because you have the best view in the inn.
I've done my 1 minute of meditation and written my daily affirmation.
Yes.
in my personal journal.
Mm-hmm.
And as you go to step out onto the balcony, first thing that you notice right away is that giant statue of Mystra is missing.
Well, at least I can see the mountains now.
Yeah, you'd be able to see the mountains from your... You'd be able to see them more if you're looking more northeast.
I think something's missing. Something seems off. So Karen is very much, the view has improved 100%. Yes. There is this. But this also seems like a lot of effort to do in one night, and I don't think she fully understands the significance of what has happened. But I think Karen is also I guess they have some very efficient movers here. I must ask where they are and if they're taking contracts.
And as you're looking down at the scene where the statue is missing, the foundation where the statue was is still there. And then you start to see some people sort of milling about, just looking around, and you see people talking amongst themselves down there. You can't really hear what they're saying. It's just sort of noise from where you're standing. But
are they freaking out? Do I see a lot of people holding their heads and
Yeah, you would definitely notice more of the townspeople just sort of what happened? As you said, it was a giant statue that you can't just easily move it, especially within the span of a few hours from the time everybody went to sleep, and now it's about 7-8 o'clock in the morning.
So unless they have a team of other incredibly strong dragonborn and other strong folks, I'm sensing this must be magic. Well, alright. She closes the window and goes, and it's well, I can't fix it right now, so I might as well just go with my morning ablutions, and I'll just come down and see what's happening eventually. So she goes and washes her face and brushes her fangs. Gets herself ready.
Okay.
And eventually goes downstairs.
Okay, do you go for breakfast or anything like that, or?
I think she does go downstairs for breakfast. But is kind of under the impression, impression that things may not be necessarily normal because something big just happened. So she's less coming down for breakfast. Breakfast would be nice if there is a breakfast, but it's really more just, I wonder what's going on. And I think she's trying not to stir the pot more than she has already.
Okay. So as you do make your way down to more of the common area where the tavern is, essentially, you don't notice a whole lot of people this morning, whereas yesterday there was a lot more. You see some people that are hungover, drunk. You see there's really no breakfast spread or layout. It's more people are either, the travelers are either hungover or still asleep. The people who are actually living in this town are either not here that you see, or you do see Bellador, the elf from the other day, behind the counter, and he's just looking pretty confused right now, from his body language.
I walk over to Bellador, and I say, excuse me, sir. It seems that so I assume there was some redecoration outside? The view has certainly improved.
He sort of looks at you and just... You can tell he's hungover, and he has not had much sleep at all.
I do the thing with my finger where I'm like, can you track this? Can you track my finger as I move it?
He looks,
not...
he's like, yeah, statue's gone.
That wasn't on purpose.
No.
Oh.
And we don't have a lot of food, and so I'm sorry right now. If you're wanting breakfast, the best I can do is some toast.
I think Karen is incredibly entitled, but I do think that she isn't so entitled that she's going to force people to make her a full brunch while a significant religious thing has gone missing. So she says, toast would be great. Wheat, if you have any. But if not, that's fine too. I'll just stand here. I'm just gonna stand right here. And
okay.
Karen, oh right, I forgot to describe my character.
Yes, that'd be perfect.
And so
time.
Karen sort of tries to look prim as she stands there. A 6'8" dragonborn, emerald dragonborn barbarian with a huge great axe on her back with various stickers that her kids have put on it. And it was with like, and she's wearing ostensibly like black leggings, black tight leggings, and a loose purple tunic. That looks like it's made a little bit out of scales. Yeah. And
nice.
She carries a bag on her back as well. Looks like it can carry a lot of stuff, like all mom bags. And yeah, if she were in our world today, that would also be like a yoga mat, I'm sure. Which is not to say maybe she does have a yoga mat. We'll see. I'm gonna leave that to you.
I'm sure some form of yoga exists in this world.
Yes. And she totally
I don't see why not.
That.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she kind of stands there, fully trying to summon her like inner mom to kind of find the patience to tamper down her entitlement and just understand that there's something happening here that's bigger than her, and that maybe she should like shut up and just let things happen.
So as Bellador goes to turn around and put in the order, you only notice one cook in the back of the kitchen compared to yesterday. There were so many. And you know, you hear him say something with toast, and then you see the other cook start to say something, but you can't quite make it out. I want you to roll a perception check for me to see if you can hear what they're saying.
That.
Oh, I need to pull up the dice rolls so I can see what y'all are rolling.
That's a 16.
16? All right. So you hear the other cook, who's another wood elf, sort of mutter under his breath, saying something along the lines of, if the tourists find out that the statue's gone, they're going to know we don't have any protection here. And they could very well start causing a mess. Is what you hear. And Bellador, he just sort of waves. He's like, don't worry about that right now. I'm sure Ro is looking into it as we speak.
Yeah, I think Karen is extremely worried when she hears that, because as much as she is, as much as of a snob she is and as entitled as she is, like, I think that doesn't extend to like wanting to see people get hurt if they're not part of the predatory multi-level marketing group of essential oil that she's hunting down. So, yeah, I think at that point I start looking around to see, like, is there trouble? Are we getting trouble? Rhymes with, it starts with T, that rhymes with, yeah, P, which stands for people who might be causing trouble.
No, after hearing that and look around, like you said, or like I said, you see a few people, you don't see a lot of, and the people that are up right now, especially tourists, they look hungover. They're just dead tired right now, and just either trying to nurse their migraines, their headaches, or just maybe starting to pack up, get ready for leaving. That's all you kind of see right now. You do start to see a few more people start heading towards where the statue is from your point of view, because the front door is wide open today. It's a good breeze out today. And you happen to see what looks like to be an older elf lady, and you see what looks like a familiar dwarf lady that you remember seeing last night, trailing behind her.
I'm sorry, I see a woman with...
You see an older elf lady, and then behind her is a familiar dwarf lady that you saw last night. May, trailing right behind her.
Oh, I see May, and so I pop my head outside and I say, "Yoo-hoo! Good morning, little dwarf."
How are you?
You know, I'm doing well. It seems like everyone is extremely hungover, and
They're
seems
looking
like,
rough. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone else is looking really rough. I think they just didn't get enough hydration.
I tried to heal people, but there's just so many drunkards. I couldn't heal them all, you know?
Yeah. By the way, it seems like they're so hungover that they're missing quite a few chefs. So I don't know if you wanted to, like, come back and
would absolutely love to come back. But there's really a big important thing that the priests here have asked me to help with. The statue has gone missing.
Yes, I saw from my window. The view is so much improved.
Yeah, so it's not I don't want to say too much, but it's actually a big deal here, and we just want to make sure everybody around here is safe. So I'm helping them try to figure out what's going on.
I can agree with safety. Here, just a second. I walk over there and I say, sir, Mr. Elf, sir.
Are you talking to Bellador, or?
Yeah, Bellador or the cook, either one of them. It doesn't matter to her.
Yeah, the cook sort of pops his head up. He's like, yes. How can I help you?
Can I get that toast to go right now?
Yeah, actually, it's done just now. Here, just take it. It's free.
Great. I do the thing like from Sailor Moon. I just like stick the 2 toasts in my mouth and I just run out the door. And I follow Mel. And before I do go, I yell back, if something does happen to you, I can come back and protect you. Just scream really loudly, and I will try my best to come back.
The elf just sort of like, okay. Weirdo. Just goes back to cleaning his station because there's not much to cook right now.
Yeah, it's like an anime moment. You see, like, Karen, like, burst out of the door. It's like an anime opening.
Got the buttered toast in the mouth.
Got the buttered toast in my mouth.
The butter, unfortunately, is... Actually, I guess it would be organic, right? Yeah, because this is older times, not... no GMOs or anything.
There are no GMOs. I mean, unless it's like owlbear butter or something. That's the only genetically modified creature I can think of on the top of my head that you can try to make butter
gross.
from.
Yeah,
that does. All right, so you head out with May.
I give May a toast. You look hungry.
Thanks. Yeah, I haven't eaten yet. Thank you so much. Are you coming to help?
You look so small and so very fragile. I feel like I should help you.
I'm not fragile, but I appreciate the help. Let's go. Let's go.
So as Ro, is standing where the statue is, she's starting to just investigate around the statue area. And while she has some of the other two people start questioning some of the townspeople, I want one of you, or both of you, to either roll an Arcana check or an investigation check as you all sort of look around the statue area.
How's your, I have +0 modifiers for both. So
I have +2 for both.
Okay, great. I think you should make the roll.
Okay.
And if you want to help, too...
I am happy to help.
So then you can do it with advantage.
I will lift you up.
Great. Thank you so much. Oh.
Raise me up so I can search this.
I rolled Arcana and the best I got was 11.
Unfortunately, there's not much you can really deduce from...
Okay, well, I want to just look around with my eyes and not look for magics.
Okay, so then roll investigation. And you can do that with advantage as well, too.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, I got a 19 this time.
Alright, so as you're trying to feel your way through the magical ley lines in the air, and you're just sort of like, I'm not getting anything, but so you start looking more physically as to what's going on. The only sort of things that you can really glean as you're looking around, because it is very tough to pick out anything, especially around the foundation of the statue, because so many people have been walking around it even this morning. As you're sort of looking at the foundation, you do notice some like little pebbles that came from the statue. And the other thing you sort of notice is what looks like to be something that does not match with the gradient of the foundation. You find some like purple dust material, some purple powder material.
I'm just holding you.
I'm just like floating in the air.
You're just like in the air. You're like, it's like one of those like movie what is it, like special effects, like crane arms?
Yeah.
Except you're totally visible.
Except I'm totally visible.
Yes. Okay, so I wanted to. So some of the pieces of the statue, like you said, little like pebbles or had come off the statue, like. I'll pocket some of those.
Okay.
And then the powder, I'll point out the powder to Ro, and ask them if they recognize it or know anything about it.
Okay. As this older elvish lady comes and starts to look at the powder that you pointed out, she's gonna do her own Arcana check. Wow! She not very familiar with what it is.
Dang.
I rolled really bad.
That wow was very
Wow.
wow.
I was like, I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah, I don't know if that's is that like an Owen Wilson wow? Is that just
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, so Ro doesn't know anything about the powder. She
does mention something. If this is magical in nature, she sort of points over where the festival is, or festival was, I should say. It's that maybe one of the wizards, maybe even Renelia would even know. And as you look towards where the festival was, you see them, pretty much the festival is almost all but gone. Like all the tents and all the stands. You see them quickly breaking stuff down, and it looks like maybe within the next couple hours they're going to be done and ready to go, as you see like a huge caravan of about 6 to 7 wagons just being filled up and getting ready to go.
Okay, well, I think we should, take some of this powder, if we have a little jar or vial or something, and go ask some of these wizards about it before they pack up and leave.
Am I holding you?
I don't know. Are you?
You are.
Up to
You
you.
never said you put her down. So she's been
You
talking.
never asked me to put you down. So I think I'm just holding you like a baby. Like you're one of my kids, just like almost like a Bjorn.
So I think we should gather up some of this powder and go check it out with the wizards. But I can walk there if you want to put me down.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Great.
There you
Thanks. Okay. Thanks.
You know, you're just a little bit bigger than one of my kids, so it's a.
Well, I'm a full-grown adult, though. But it's okay. I don't mind. I like the attention. It's great. It's fine.
You just remind me so much of my kids. It's
Well,
so...
that's a good thing. I'm sure you love your kids, right? So.
Oh, I do. Want me to show you?
Yeah.
Well, I'll show you the stickers they put on my axe another time. We should go find these wizards.
Yeah, let's do that. I'll try to gather up some of that powder in a vial or something.
Do I have a spare vial in my mom bag?
It would be with whatever pack you chose. Did you choose like an explorer's pack or a?
Yeah,
Advent-
I have a shovel. Do you want to put it in this shovel?
I have wait a second. I have an alms box. It's a priestly thing. So I'll pull out my alms box. It's empty. No one's ever given me alms. So it's empty. And I'll try to get some of the powder and put it in the alms box.
Awesome.
Okay. So as you two start to walk over there, Tellercos, as you're sleeping, it's time to check out.
5 more minutes.
No, time to check out now.
Alright.
Get up.
Definitely not my worst hangover. Okay. Cool. So Tellercos is going to go ahead and roll out of whatever surface he decided to fall asleep on, which may or may not be a bed.
Yeah, let's roll to see.
Oh no!
Where you fell asleep. Hold on, let me do a D4. Okay, so let me think of floor, bed, dresser, toilet. Okay.
So inside, not outside. You have
Okay.
sunburn.
Okay, so yeah, I rolled a D4 and you fell asleep on the bed. The options were
Ooh, lucky.
floor, bed, dresser, on top of the dresser, or on the toilet. So.
Oh, I mean the bed. All right. A decent night.
He just laid on the dresser.
Find a way, okay. We just.
The satyrs
do.
will find a way.
Okay. Sure.
That's a shirt. That's a shirt
yeah.
for the show. Satyrs
That
will find
is
a way.
Oh my god.
I mean,
I
you
love
Now I
got
need
a
that
nat 20 against Thanos.
That's right.
Okay, so what I was going to do is describe Tellercos first before he continues with his
That's right.
checking out. So Tellercos is like about 5 feet tall, brown skin and hair, green eyes. He is a monk. He's a former scholar, so he's definitely been on some very, very tame benders while studying, and but you know he's gotten a fair share of discipline since the time that he became a monk. So it's like he has some practice, some discipline, some restraint, reluctantly, but still. And yeah, so waking up right now is like he's got to hydrate, but it's fine. And he'll go ahead to the door and just look at, kind of blearily, putting on more of an act than he actually feels, but just because he's like, oh, it's annoying, let me see if I got time to delay and, take my time to check out and open the door, see who's over there.
All right, roll a con check.
Uh-oh.
No, a con
boy.
save, I should say.
Con
Oh.
save. Cool.
A 9. So
9.
as you open the door, just the way your room or the way the hallway's facing and the angle of the over the windows are in the hallway, as soon as you open up, you just get blinded by some light, and you've just got this horrendous headache right now.
Oh no. No.
And there's a little halfling waiting for you as she just has her arms on her hips. Like, well, finally, don't tell me you puked in there, because if you did, that's going to be extra.
No puke cleanup needed.
All right, do you have all your stuff picked up? All your personal belongings?
I mean, I don't. As a monk, I don't, carry like a ton.
I don't care what you
but
are. Just tell me.
Yeah. Just gotta grab my things. It's like over there with the staff. I'm good to go otherwise.
All right.
Oh, check this out though, because I got this last night. Billow. My cloak billows.
She just has this look of like, awesome. All right.
Yeah, I thought so. All right, I'll get my stuff and check out. No worries.
Thanks for staying at the Shining Maple.
Thank you for having me.
She just looks over everything, because since the party has ended, she has been cleaning puke and vomit. She has not had any sleep.
Oh, no. Tellercos, this is not his first rodeo.
She has just been trying to clean up for hours now, and she's... You're aware that the checkout time is actually later, but she's just sort of kicking out tourists now. She's over it. She's over it. She wants them all gone.
Honestly, don't blame her. Like, some of these people, we're not all satyrs. Like, we can't all live this life. So
she just walks past you and just starts, she's got her cleaning supplies and just starts making it all up, making the room ready for the next guest. And as you head downstairs, you are greeted by absolutely no one, because you like you said, you start to see a few more patrons and tourists starting to just trying to get over their hangovers. You see some people with their belongings, their traveling gear starting to go. You see Bellador just sort of behind the counter, just looking pretty nervous. And you see Ro in there, the older elvish priest. You wouldn't really be familiar with her or anything, but she's dressed in clothes of Mistra. And
I definitely recognize that, at least.
Yeah, you see her talking with Bellador, and they look pretty nervous. And as you see one of them sort of pointing outside, and if you were to look outside, you're sort of glinting a little bit, and you notice the statue of Mistra just completely gone as well too. And as you went to bed last night at like 4 a.m., it was still there.
Damn, somebody worked unusually fast. That's especially for a statue.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Perception. There we go. Wow. Oh no, it's a 7. Oh my. I thought that was
an 11. Okay. Yeah. As you're sort of looking, just sort of outside from your position, you don't really see too much right now. So what would you be doing at this point?
I think, given the worrisome, like, seeing someone, behind the bar looking worried is one thing, but like talking with a priest as well, something seems off. And it takes me a second, but then I'm thinking about, like, wasn't there something about like protection of this town specifically, and a holy statue being missing and a priest being worried? Is like, it, that doesn't seem like a coincidence or like a good thing. So I'm going to try to think about the only competent people that I remember seeing around here, and it's like, which one? Oh, the dragonborn, of course. I was like, excuse me, have you seen an emerald dragonborn around lately? Sorry to interrupt conversation. Obviously, very serious.
Who are you directing that to?
I'm directing that to Bellador.
Yeah, Bellador's the male.
Yeah, I'll direct it to Bellador, since I know he knows who she is.
Bellador
who's met me knows who I am.
Yeah, true.
So as you get closer, as you walk over to them and ask this, they sort of drop their conversation as you come, and they both sort of look at you. And as you ask this, Bellador looks at you and says, "Yeah, she went outside. She saw a friend of hers, I think."
That's perfect, actually. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt. And I'll just I'll head out there, but while I do, I'm going to actually grab a piece of toast off of somebody's plate that is just they're totally passed out. It's like, you don't need this. I'm just gonna take that.
So okay, first I want you to roll a perception check to see if you see anybody with toast.
Oh, okay.
The toast is actually a mimic.
Yes.
Oh no.
An 11.
Once again, 11. Yeah.
Okay, so it's pretty easy to spot someone having toast, and you notice it's a little goblin who's just has their head on the table right now.
Yeah.
And it's actually one of the goblins you danced with last night. So,
sorry, can't keep up.
As you walk up there, do a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
As you try to grab the toast.
6.
All right. Well, they're gonna roll a perception at disadvantage.
Okay.
Ooh, sorry. 11 and 19. So just on dice. The goblin, as you think the goblin's sleeping or something, but as you go to try to grab it, the goblin just grabs your hands that's my toast. Just...
Oh, sorry. Thought you were no worries.
I'm trying to... Oh god.
You hydrate. Yeah. That's very important at this point.
Go steal from someone else. Get out of here.
All right.
And you don't see anybody else with that would be what you consider an easy mark.
That's fine. It's fine. I just want to try something though while I was on my way out. So I'm going to go ahead and head out and see if I notice my other potential party members outside.
All right.
Mainly the really, really big green dragon lady.
Okay. So as you were doing that, Niros, give me a Constitution check as you're still sleeping right now. And you were sleeping in the woods, if I recall correctly.
I was sleeping on a hammock, yep.
Hammock in the woods.
I got a 6.
A 6. Okay. As you're sleeping in hammock, in the wood, tied to 2 trees, right?
Yep.
Okay. And you sort of picked an area that's a little bit off the path. You didn't want to be, near a path where people would be able to see you and try to rob you or anything like that. But, you are woken up early, and what wakes you up is you hear some distinctive voices and some horses, probably about we'll say about 70 to 80 feet south of you right now. You don't, if you were to open your eyes and just sort of, sit up and look, you do see, what look like to be about 3 horses and some shapes, but you can't really make out any details. The trees and the brush are in the way right now.
I suppose it's morning.
And as you get up and look, roll me a perception check. 17. All right. So as you are woken up by these voices, one of the voices is getting a little bit louder, and one of them state, "We got what we came here for. Now let's go and get to the Citadel, and we'll kill the halfling there." And they say this in this, like, deep voice. And as soon as you hear that, they all start rustling whatever they've, like, had to stop real quick for. They start rustling, and you hear some movement, like a bag or something, like, just being moved, rustling a lot. And if you sort of hear them throw it on a horse and then just get on the horses and just start going. They're staying away from the path, and they're just sort of, if you were to watch them, they're sort of going northeast.
But I wouldn't watch them. You said they they started out about 70 feet away?
Yeah.
I would like to use my dash action and beeline that direction.
Okay.
I'm speedy.
All right, so as you are doing that, you get into the dash action. What would you be doing as you come to them as they are starting to get ready to go again?
Well, what do I see as I get, like, close enough to kind of get a better look?
So as you get a little bit better look, you happen to see 3 drow elves that are dressed in these purplish robes, and on the sides of their shoulders, you see big letters on both sides, like sort of like a badge, like a purplish badge that says ID. And they
like a varsity, like a Letterman jacket.
Not really. More like what's it a good way to describe, like an emblem or something, like emblem, and it just says
work for Umbrella.
And when you get closer, when you're dashing out, are you dashing right out in the open, or just to where you can still sort of have cover?
I'm dashing to see what's going on, so I'm
okay.
getting as close as possible.
Okay. So you see 3 drow elf, and they have 3 horses as well, and one of them has a rucksack. You can tell someone's obviously moving in that rucksack as it's sort of struggling to move, and one of them just sort of kicks it and it stops moving. And it looks like they're trying to get the rucksack back onto the horse and start going.
You said these are 3 male drow elves?
Yes.
Interesting.
And just FYI, drow elves work different in this world compared to something like Forgotten Realms, so it is not uncommon for drow to be on the surface and all that.
Okay. I was about to be like, male drow elves with no female leader? Suspicious. These guys are up to no good. Although maybe they'd be up to good if the female... Anyway.
This halfling's evil.
How's it going, gentlemen?
And as you step out from the brush, the 3 drow elf just sort of stop what they're doing. The one that was having the rucksack, putting it on the horse, just sort of holds on to the rucksack, but sort of turns, looks at you, and they're all three of them just sort of stay. And who are you? As you see two of them start to, they're obviously holding their weapons right now. They haven't drawn anything, but they're holding on.
Oh, I'm just a traveling scholar as I hold my spell book. I like to travel around these parts and take in the fun sights and experiences. Were you all a part of the festival? Very interesting thing.
Yes, it was, but unfortunately, we have to get going. We're late for something. As you know, yesterday was the last day, and we gotta go. Nice meeting you, though.
Well, this hardly seems like a meeting. You haven't even told me your names.
It's not important right now. The one who like has the rucksack, like trying to tie it onto the horse. Looks to the other two, says, "We gotta go." And the one who's speaking to you is like, "I know, alright? Very nice meeting you, sir. We do have to get going."
Why must you make so much haste? I've just met you, as I told you. I'm a traveling scholar. I'd like to know a little bit more. This is the first time I've actually met any drow in real life. Mostly I've read about your culture in books.
Maybe another time.
Well, at least give me a name so I can find you another time.
My name? My name is Steve.
Does this track with the drow names that I would have read in my studies?
I'm not even going to have you roll a history check on that or anything. You definitely know, no, that would not be a common drow name in this world.
Interesting. Very, I'm just going to check something real quick. Damn it. The curse of never having thaumaturgy. Wait. What this? Look at this.
No, you have prestidigitation, you don't have thaumaturgy.
Yeah. I can't make a very, very loud sound. YOLO. I'll be essentially looking at my book.
Okay.
And I'll look up essentially and just be like, now why do you have to go and lie to me like that? I would like to cast Ray of Sickness on the one who lied to me.
Oh shit.
Gross.
Oh, that's right. You're
doesn't have
going
to clean this, I hope.
You're going based off of the character sheet in Roll20. Okay. Ray of Sickness.
Yeah, so for me, it's not greenish. Essentially, this is a like kind of like a concerted use of my vampiricness, where I have to modify the weave. So the purple is now like incredibly visible, and I lash it out, and it makes them sick.
Give me uno momento, por favor.
Por favor.
All right. So make a ranged spell attack, and if it hits, then we're gonna roll into initiative here.
Oh no.
Well, we're gonna roll into initiative regardless. So, what did it do?
Do I hit on a 12?
A 12? Yes, you do. Roll damage.
Swag.
Let's go.
2!
Oh, 2 damage.
2 damage. All right.
I got double ones on 2 d8s. And then
Wow.
they have to succeed on a DC 13 poison or Constitution check.
All right. Let me roll for that, and then we are gonna roll into initiative here. Oh my! What the? He's fucking drowned. I swear to God. So he is poisoned.
Whoop.
So it's just the condition poison, right?
Yep.
Okay, not the taking extra damage.
No, he's just poisoned like a scrub.
Okay. All right.
It's like he ate some real bad mayo.
No, so the way I
Oh,
flavor,
no.
the way I flavor the Ray of Sickness is it's just a concerted effort of my life draining thing. So the poison damage essentially is like them feeling sick because I've drained some energy from them, and them being poisoned essentially is just like I've functionally given them a hangover. For a moment.
One moment
no.
while I.
They need to eat an orange or something. Like
Yeah, they.
Hydrate.
About to pass
Hydrate.
out. Yeah. Dang.
Nobody listens.
It's brutal. Instant hangover.
One of the best
Give me
things
one
you can
moment
do
while
when
I
you're drinking
set this encounter up.
is to have a glass of water for every drink you're drinking. It doesn't take care of everything, but it helps. It helps a lot.
And then we will
It
put
does make a difference.
Niros
100%.
over here. Niros should have control.
Uh-oh.
Wait, hold on. No, I'll let. Okay, hold on. It's about right there, and then controlled by Justin. Alright, let me move the players over here, and let me get my OBS set up. Boom. Okay.
Ooh.
Alright. I'm professional here, so everyone should be able to see this. See this next screen, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Like a
And
forest
Justin-
and a pathway.
Yes, are you able to control your character, Justin? The one right over here? Okay,
Yep.
good. Alright, let us roll initiative here.
Oh my goodness.
So the way that I do it is I just have the monsters go all in the same turn. For
Makes sense.
me, it's easier to keep track of. So, okay, and what did you get?
21.
21. Dang, so you were definitely going first, and then they will all go after you. All right, so you have this ray of sickness. Describe it again, please, how it looked.
So yeah, I sent out a purple stream of my vampiric energy to siphon the life force of the one who freaking lied to me. How could you?
And this is
And
the one
it
that
made
you...
him made him feel kind of sick.
Yes, and it was this one that you hit.
Okay.
All right.
Steve.
He poisoned scrub.
All right, so you are... I know, right? Poor Steve. It is your turn.
She shouldn't have lied to me. I'm going to I'm just gonna say again. You see, you really shouldn't have lied to me. I don't appreciate falsehoods. I'm going to cast Toll the Dead, baby. I point at a
Toll
creature you
Dead.
can see within range, and the sound of a dolorous bell fills the air around it for the moment. The target must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 necrotic damage. If the target is missing any hit points, instead it takes 1d12. Oh yeah. And because it's poisoned,
It's got
it has
disadvantage.
disadvantage on its
Oh,
wisdom.
man.
get effed up.
Nice.
All right, what's the DC again?
It's a DC 13 Wisdom.
13. Wisdom. Oof. That... Do your damage.
Good. Yeah. Hold it dead.
So, okay, 7.
Well, that's a weird way they do that.
Yeah,
So
'cause-
technically, I rolled a 2 because I rolled a D12.
Is it a D8 or D12? Is it...
It's a D12.
Oh,
because
when it
they
has
had-
damage.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
So I technically roll
Oh.
worse.
Oh,
That's
dang.
Pretty... So...
Weird?
Why did he show you both? That's brutal.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So as this bell just sort of rings in its head, it's just sort of like oh god, what was that?
Your doom.
And what else?
All right, that was a normal action. Do I have freaking bonus actions? That's not. That's not bonus action.
Oh, we are in
No,
combat.
bonus
I gotta
action.
change the
That's a
music
reaction.
here for the combat music.
Ooh.
No, I don't have bonus actions.
Oh,
Alright.
you don't want the calm ethereal stuff?
Oh,
No.
well, I guess that's
You still you have
their
movement
short rest.
too. So.
Oh yeah, I do have movement.
I mean, you can stay there if you want. Let them come to you.
What I'm gonna do is I am going to spider walk my ass into this tree. I have innate spider climb.
Wait, what?
Walk straight up a tree.
I am a vampire.
Pieces out.
I don't need to breathe.
Dang.
And I can walk. I can.
Is
do
that
the
part of the
freaking
dhampir
Dracula
thing?
Walk. Yeah, I can do the Dracula
Oh,
walk from,
you do?
from Van Helsing.
Oh,
where
shit!
dude just,
I forgot
walks
about
straight
that.
up a wall. It's sick. It's real cool.
That's amazing.
You're basically a 90s music video.
Holy
you just
shit.
Walk straight up a
So-
wall like
I walk into the tree. I don't climb it. Because I get to keep my hands free. I walk into it.
You essentially have one of my favorite magic items. The was it Cloak of Arachnophobia or something? Or
I
was
don't
it
think
the
it'd be
boot?
arachnophobia, but something
Or-
like that. Yeah.
Or
The
Boots of
opposite
Arachnid.
of that.
Yeah.
Arachnophilia.
Oh no! Time out.
Would they be furries or crawlies?
Oh god.
Hey,
All
don't
right.
take shame.
All right.
Oh.
No shame. No shame.
Fuck.
We're gonna go back to you just being awesome and crawling into a tree.
Okay, so
walking into a tree.
you had to move 5 feet to get here, then up there. So then in your movements, what?
35.
35. So you'd be 30 feet up in the tree. Well, well, yeah. How high would you want to go? Because if you go all 30 feet, you'd be pretty near the top.
No, I think I'd probably go like essentially like to the point where I'm like branch area, not like just solo trunk, but where the branches are, have a little bit of cover while I can still see them and cast my spells at them, because those guys.
Okay.
Look, I would have let them go if they just told me their names.
Okay. So with you having branches as cover, your AC will go up.
I think technically it depends on the level of cover.
Yeah, oh, what is it again? It's like half cover gives you +2 or something. So you will get +2 to your AC if they try to shoot at you. So, all right. So the one that got poisoned, he's just gonna take his crossbow out, and you see him as you're sort of watching him. He's sort of like not aiming very well. He sort of sees you in the trees, and he's gonna try to shoot at you. He will have disadvantage on it. One of the dice jumped out. Yeah, no. I'm not even going to tell you what I rolled. It was bad. And you just see an arrow. It doesn't even like hit one of the tree branches. He just sort of shot it straight up over the tree. And he is just going to sort of walk back here. This one, though, he is going to take a shot. He will not have disadvantage. He's going to take his crossbow out, too, and try to shoot at you. And nope, that's not going to hit. But he's going to get it up his butt. He's going to go 5, 10, and then start climbing it to try to get up to you. So 5, 10, he'll try to climb up 20 feet. Let me roll.
Ooh.
And he ends up falling down, going prone, because... and takes a little bit of damage as he hits himself.
That's what happens.
For a bunch of conspirators, these guys suck.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta imagine, like, the dude has to legitimately climb the tree. If he can't, he's gonna fall.
Well, I rolled a 4 on my athletics. So
Shrek.
This one that has been handling the rucksack is just taking his turn to tie up the sack to the horse, like tie it down so it doesn't fall off. And that is it for his turn. It'll go back to your turn now, back to top of the round.
Cool. I see you over there. I'm going to cast Sleep in a zone which maximizes the coverage of the horses.
Okay, so are you?
Because I don't see the horses on the thing.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you are right. I forgot to add my little horsies. Where would be horses? It's a lot bigger than... No, it's about right. So horse right here, and then we got horse right here, and then one more horse about right here.
Ooh.
And so this guy is
This guy is going with this horse right here.
okay.
Really enjoying these above views of horse.
Yes, right? Wait till you see a wagon if you get a wagon.
Oh no! Is it the same wagon?
Yes! It is my favorite wagon. It's the worst looking wagon, but it's great.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna put the point here. So 20 feet will reach the second horse.
Okay.
But the closest horse is that one. So let's see how much sleep I do.
So are you just targeting those two?
Well, sleep targets an area. And
I thought it was you choose.
Nope.
Oh, hold on. Let me read it again.
It's. I mean, it's up to your discretion. I can choose to target things if you want, but.
Never mind. Yeah. Never mind. So creatures within 20 foot of a point you choose. Okay. All right, so it should hit
21 points of hit points.
So it's pretty much going to hit all of them here except that one. And is it divided up or is it just...
It starts with the lowest health creature in that area,
Okay.
and it keeps eating until there's an insufficient amount.
Oh.
Okay. The lowest health. Okay. So, and you rolled what again?
I rolled 21.
21. All right. All right. So 21.
Average roll, I think.
You wouldn't get this one. You would get that one. So, I'm gonna do some math. Hold on. Sorry.
Stand by for math.
Stand by for math. All right.
We are
Math is for
currently
blockers.
math.
All right. So the one that is poisoned definitely falls asleep. And then these horses. Okay. And then you managed to get the one that's tying up the rucksack falling asleep as well too.
Oh, I hit the people.
Yeah, there's not enough hit points for the horses. Yeah.
Nice.
Unfortunately, the way it went, well, according to the way I'm reading the spell, right, is it goes for the lowest hit points first, right? And moves on to the next creature with the next lowest hit points, so... Yeah.
I mean, I will say, that's fine. I think technically Drow can't be put to sleep magically. But they might not have that. Especially not in your world. I don't know. I'm not the DM.
It's like I said, these are not the same kind of drow, and
Sounds good. Go to Betty Bye. So I got a prone guy at that bottom of a tree, and two sleepy boys.
Nice.
and the
all
horses are okay. And do you have any movement?
I do. I'm gonna stay where I am. I just wish I need to get a bonus action spell, but I do not have one.
Not yet. See, yeah, when they're unconscious, that's it.
They're asleep. They're napping. But yeah, that's my turn.
All right, so the one who fell is going to get back up. That'll be half his movement. And he's going to look back and see his two buddies sleeping right here. And is then just going to look up at you. He's going to try to take out his crossbow again to try to shoot at you. No, that will not hit. And he is going to attempt to climb up the tree with his remaining movement.
These guys are the worst kidnappers ever.
I mean, they were doing fine.
no.
They're just bad at fighting. I think they kidnapped just fine.
Yeah. And they're bad at climbing too.
Man, if you were in a sack, they would have had you so good.
Right?
I mean, maybe I'd bite them.
I don't. You know what? Fuck these dice. All right. A nat 1. Jesus, he's gonna climb up again and then fall down, taking more damage.
He's damaging himself. This is amazing.
And he's prone again. And the other two, they're sleeping. They're snoring. Your turn again, Justin.
Absolute fools. I'm going to cast Magic Missile. I get 3 bolts at the dude on the ground, and they don't miss. Magic Missile is great.
Magic Missile is wonderful.
I love Magic Missile.
Dang, I got some decent ones too.
All right, describe to me how you kill him.
Oh, okay. Well,
he didn't have a lot of hit points left after falling twice.
I have my book,
injured.
and I'm just like standing in the tree, like literally like perpendicular to it, looking down. And I just like wave my hands, and just red bolts just stick in the guy. I'm just like, I really don't like people who lie to me. It's rude. Frankly, it's rude.
It's just
You're not even the one that lied to you. You killed one of his friends.
He's associated with the liar.
Right?
Here's the thing. I'm not lawful good. I'm lawful neutral. So now that he's dead and the other ones can't get up, I'm gonna go down. First, I'm gonna quickly see what's in the sack.
All right. So we will drop out of initiative here since the other two are sleeping, and let me move back to the other screen here for recording. All right. Since we are done with battle here, unless something else happens. But as you go and the sack isn't really moving as you go to untie it, but as you untie it, you see a little halfling just sort of in the sack and looks unconscious right now. Breathing still, but unconscious. And this little halfling is wearing robes that look very similar to what you saw from Renelia's troop of people. And let me change the music here too. We are back to.
Do you have any music that's like really dark?
I need to get some more. I need to get some more playlists here. Not yet.
I think that's a no.
No.
Awkward.
Not yet.
I'm gonna walk over to the sleeping gentleman, and with my dagger, I'm gonna slit their throats.
Whoa.
Oh, dang.
We're playing this
don't
kind
like
of game.
people playing on my phone.
Dang.
When keeping it real goes wrong. Right now.
So as you go and slit both their throats, they both wake up as you're doing this, and then you just see the life drain out of their eyes as the blood is draining out.
Ooh.
And yeah, so you killed the other two.
R.I.P. Steve.
Look, they were doing something nefarious. They lied to me. They kidnapped someone. All right. In my eyes, justification. Technically, it's post hoc justification.
Who hired them?
Yeah,
Okay.
they could just be delivery boys, but at the same time, they lied to me.
Yeah, they were part of Uber Eats for people.
A very shitty justification.
Uber
But I
Eats
still have
people.
justification. Hey, look. Never mind. I was gonna say something messed up.
Uh-oh.
All right, you all didn't get to hear my character.
Oh, what does
I'm
the character
playing-
look like?
I'm playing an almond-skinned vampire with dark dreadlock-esque hair, who's very tall and very lanky. Freaking very reminiscent of like a Nosferatu-esque vampire, except I'm not grotesque because I was raised by someone who was, not feral, and taught me the ways of the scholar, and also taught me a little bit about magic, specifically death magic. Well, life and death magic. They're entwined.
Yeah.
I mostly do the death one, but still. Okay, so I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to wake up the carnival person.
Okay.
I guess technically I'll No, I don't want to drag them away. But they also don't need to be seeing dead people. They're halfling. Can I get a rough estimate of how old they are?
From what you can tell, just by them laying there unconscious, they look to be a little bit more on the not super young, but not old. More like maybe young adult age of halflings.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna. The other two horses are whatever. I'm gonna kind of walk the horse that they're on back a little bit more towards town. And once I get a little further away, I'll try to wake them up and see if they're doing all right.
Okay. So you're trying to wake them up?
Yep.
Okay. So as you sort of get them away from the scene here, and you sort of, you get him out of the rucksack and try to wake them up. He sort of comes to and looks around, looks at you, looks a little bit surprised because, you weren't the drow elves that he was obviously with before, and looks at his surroundings and just goes, where am I? What happened?
I was hoping that you could tell me. It appears you were kidnapped?
Yeah, I need to get back to the town immediately.
Okay. I will help them get back to town.
Can you take me there?
Yeah. Sure. I'm just gonna keep them on the horse and lead them towards town.
Okay. Okay, so as he's riding the horse and you're leading the horse?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so as you're doing that, we will go back to Dragonhurste, the town here. And as you all... Come on, switch scenes for me. As you all are making your way to the festival, Tellercos, you manage to catch up to Karen and May, and you manage to catch up to them as they're walking towards the festival area.
Okay. So not towards they're walking away from the statue.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, hello, friends.
Oh,
like your name? Yeah. So statue missing. I assume heading answers.
Yes.
I need some.
yes.
All of that.
No,
Would you
Yes.
like some
Okay.
water?
Okay. Yes.
I give you my flagon of water.
You know what? Thank you. Like, should have just ordered some toast and drink for.
Yeah, there was nobody cooking at the inn this morning because I couldn't go over there and help. So
Yeah.
you probably couldn't have gotten any toast anyways.
You know what? That's totally fair. Yeah, something is up. Maybe I probably need to test something further later, but yeah, assume you know of someone that's gonna help, or maybe
we're heading over to the fairgrounds, and we're gonna ask the wizards about this magical powder that we found at the base of where the statue was standing. It's really all we've got to go off of now.
I mean, physical evidence, that is definitely a start. That's how it works, scholarly stuff. So let's go.
So I'm not really into the arcanes that much, so we were going to find somebody else who might know more about this sort of stuff.
That sounds like a plan. Lead the way, ladies.
All right, let's go.
All right, let's head out. You there, wizards! I boom at the wizards.
So as you get to the fairgrounds, like I said, you're seeing people taking stands down and putting it back in the wagon, the caravan, and One of the wizards, you just yell out, and one wizard sort of looks up and walks over, and it's a human wizard. It's a male, probably about between 30 to 40, and sort of comes up, looks up at Karen. Yes, we're pretty busy here. What's going on?
Well, you may be busy, but perhaps you should put down whatever you're doing because there's a more pressing thing afoot. The giant statue of that god everyone likes has gone missing, and all that's left is this purple dusty stuff. Here, show them the purple dusty stuff.
Oh, yeah. I'll pull up my alms box and open it up and show them.
Sort of looks at it, looks up at you. It's like, yeah, we heard the statue's missing. I don't know what you want us to do about it.
We wish you to look at this dust and to tell us do you have a manager? Is there someone who you clearly don't know how to handle arcane?
It's begun.
Okay,
things.
Corinne, it's okay, Corinne. Yes, we found this powder at the base of the statue that went missing, and we're just trying to figure out what happened, and we don't really have any arcane knowledge, so we were just wondering if anyone around here had a lot of arcane knowledge that maybe could look at this and they might know what it is.
Oh, God. All right. You're probably going to want to talk to Ranella.
Okay. Do you know where they're at?
Yeah, you got to go over to the head wagon. It's just right around the corner there.
Head wagon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk to her. And this purple dust, it looks like some magical component. I don't know what's the big deal.
Well, we don't either. That's what we're here to find out.
It's literally the only evidence we have that's physical right now.
Yes.
So, are you all?
Said, this is a big deal.
Are you security guards for Dragonhurste? I didn't know Dragonhurste had any security.
Whatever we are is clearly more competent than what you're doing right now. We're going to go talk to your manager. Goodbye. I just start walking towards the carriage.
The wizard's just sort of like, okay. I just work here.
Whatever.
So as you,
the head wagon,
we stride to the head of the wagon.
As you get to the head of the wagon, you see this tall, high elf. She is very tall, not as tall as Karen, probably about 6'4" or so, and in these ornately dressed purplish robes, very very well fine. You'd probably be able to. Karen, with your fancy noble taste, you'd be able to see that's a very high thread count. It's a very good looking. It's made by I don't know, the Wizard Gucci or something like that.
It's made by the Atelier Gucci.
Gucci.
All of the hottest fashions are similar to Karen, where there's an apostrophe just after the first character.
And you can obviously tell that this is the leader of the group as the way she holds herself.
Does she look like Lady Gaga from that new movie House of Gucci?
No. I picture more like in between Galadriel and Éowyn and all that.
Ah, okay.
And not as sparkling and radiant though. They don't do that.
No Twilight vampire stuff.
Instead of the head of a wagon, you will have a queen. Treacherous as the sea. So I walk up to this woman. I attempt to loom respectfully, and I say, "Hello, greetings. We have heard that the statue is gone, and all this is left. And as people who look like they know what's what with arcane things, please look at this powder."
She's talking to one of the dwarven drivers.
I just stand right in front of the dwarf.
And as she sort of looks up to you, she doesn't have to look way up, but she has to look up still. And she's like, yes, we've heard about the missing statue, and my apologies if you're part of the security force of Dragonhurste. Not sure exactly, but we too are missing something as well. One of our apprentices.
A person?
That halfling.
Did this
These
individual...
are people, but yeah.
Was your apprentice lurking around the statue? Did your apprentice steal the statue?
I would find that very hard to believe with a statue as powerful as Mistra. Statue of Mistra. He was but an apprentice. Maybe you saw him throughout the weeks you were here. He was seen in the kitchen a lot, cooking. It's named Tomba.
But, yes! Tomba yesterday in the kitchen while I was making breakfast.
Yeah, that was
He's
his...
missing?
That was his favorite place to be. He seemed to like cooking more than magic.
Well, cooking's pretty great.
It kind of is.
I do also enjoy cooking.
Nice.
Oh, I didn't know that about you, Corinne. That's great.
Oh, well, I only do it for people I like.
Well, that's okay.
Yes. Fair. Yes.
Okay,
Let's
so
back to this thing. Yes.
anyways, this powder, Miss Renalia, can you look at this powder? This is what we found at the base of the missing statue. It's really the only evidence that was left behind. We're just trying to help figure out what happened.
She takes your almsbox and looks at the powder. She puts some of it on her finger, sniffs a little bit, puts it on her tongue to taste it, and she thinks about it and says, well, this is a component that could be commonly used for some kind of transfiguration magic. It's not...
Transfiguration?
It's not something a low or mid-level wizard could do.
Is it something you could do?
Of course.
Did you take the statue?
No, why would I have any reason to take this? You want to look through my caravan?
I think the better question, do you know who else that was been in town recently that would be as powerful as you to be able to do some transfiguration on the statue?
Would be any of my wizards, but none of them would have done that. I mean, I can't imagine anybody who works for me could do something like that.
Okay. So maybe somebody that's hiding their ability to do something?
Well, Tomba is missing, and I would say he's been a bumbling wizard since the beginning. Not that I think he could do something like that, but, I'm a little worried for him.
In regards to the statue?
Just him missing. Statue.
When's the last time anyone has seen him?
It would have been last night. He would have been helping the elf at the inn with the drinks during last night.
Oh, that makes sense. I probably accepted a few from him.
He just never came back home for the night?
How should I know? I was already sleeping by then.
It's your responsibility as the head of this family.
Of course.
As the head of this troop.
Of course it's my responsibility. But I was asleep. I needed my rest, and I had my people tearing down the festival. I could have done it all in one fell swoop, but, I need to put them to work. They need to earn their keep.
What? You just chose not to do it even though you could really easily?
You are not a very good mother. I mean, leader.
So, this powder has something to do with transfiguration magic.
Possibly.
Perhaps whoever used this transfigured the giant statue into something perhaps small, more easily carried. Perhaps putting it on the back of a horse that may not have fallen asleep just a few hours.
Wait a minute. I picked up some at the base of the statue. And can I pull them out of my pocket and look closely at them?
Sure. They're
Okay.
they're pebbles. It's you could assume just based on the coloring of the foundation and what you can recall the statue, it looked like it'd be similar to the color of the statue.
Ooh.
Can anybody tell if there's any magic on these stones?
Renelia would take it, look at them. She's like, I detect faint traces of magic on them. Looks like there could have been a spell. I don't know exactly what spell, but spell cast near them or on them. That'd have been mere hours ago.
Well,
So somebody definitely cast something on the statue. Something transfiguration.
If it's a few hours, I mean, what's the fastest way anyone would come in or out? By horseback, surely. So, but if they wanted to remain anonymous, maybe they would have tried to leave with the rush. I'm sure that's something that, I don't know. That would be... I heard about something like this happening with shoplifting during the Black after Harvest Festival sales on my island in my suburbs.
Can I do some sort of check on Renelia to see if I can tell if she's just being like straightforward?
Sure, yeah, do an insight check.
Okay. 17?
Yeah, as far as you can tell, her body language and composure, you can tell that she's being honest.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Somebody had to see something, right?
I know I still saw it by the time I went to bed, so...
Are there any druids around, anyone who speaks to animals? Maybe one of the animals saw something. Is there a druid? You can tell I usually play a druid.
No, we don't associate with druids here. Only wizards, sorcerers, and warlocks.
What about clerics?
Oh, they're fine when we need some... We've got some clerics on board. Yeah, they're fine.
Okay.
They're fine.
Great.
You know, not as good as wizards, but, you know.
Okay, yeah, you're probably right. So what about Tumba,
She's
though?
right. Clerics are just as good.
Thanks,
You're right,
Corinne.
you're right. So as you all are talking, Justin, as you are leading the horse back to town, as you get to the entrance to town, which would be right about here, if you're looking on the map, the other three would be right about here, because where the caravan would be, you'd see the three people that you recognized from the festival last night. Some of them you participated in some games with, and it looks like they're talking to the head of the festival troop, as you see like a wagon, just sort of like a long wagon lined up around here, and pretty much all the festival, almost all but torn down.
Well, I've brought you back to town. Where do you live?
As the halfling sort of stirs, or he's been awake. He hasn't really talked much during this short little travel, but he points over to Renelia and says, I'm with them.
Oh. Okay. I guess travel along your way. I have some things in the forest to deal with.
What,
Okay.
can we see them, like, coming up?
Yeah, you'd be able to see them coming up.
Okay, I'm just gonna look over and I'll see Tumba, and I'll just be like, "Hey, Tumba! There's Tumba! There's Tumba!"
Yeah, that's well. There you go, Renelia. There's your missing halfling cook.
And then you all would see Niros too. Niros sort of. You said you were heading back to the forest, so you'd see him just sort of waving goodbye to.
I'm Simpsoning. I'm Homer Simpsoning back.
Oh.
to the forest.
I'm gonna say, wait, don't go, sir.
Yeah, Niros.
You're a hero.
Yeah.
You brought Tumba back. You're a hero. We want to give you a pat on the back.
I'll be back. I just I gotta attend to something quickly.
I mean, more people could help you tend to something.
No, I'm
Unless
good.
it's like,
I'm just gonna
Inside?
finish.
Can I roll insight on Tempo?
On Niros or Tumba?
On Nero. Sorry, on Nero.
Yeah. Roll insight.
I'm gonna roll insight because it's too
Shoot.
sketchy.
We're not gonna let you get away.
18.
18.
Oh.
I would like to counter roll.
So that would be. Oh, you're doing deception. Okay. Yeah.
I only got a 10. It's fine.
All right. So yeah, you can
know
tell.
that I'm being shady.
Yeah. You know that he's hiding something. You don't know what though.
What are you? You are not telling the truth. You remind me of my children when they are not telling the truth.
I'm in the forest now.
He was not telling the truth. He reminds me of my child when he was not telling the truth.
Where's he going? Tumba, are you okay? Do you need any heals or anything?
Tumba definitely does look rough, but he's like, no, save your magic, please. We've got clerics of our own here, and.
Okay. What happened? These folks said you were missing.
And as Renella's right with you too, she's looking at Tumba and she has her eyes like very, very cross looking right now, and she's like, yes, Tumba, where were you? And what happened? Don't lie. I will know. And Tumba just sort of gets very wide-eyed looking around like, can I talk to you alone, Renella? And Renella goes back and says, what you can say in front of the Security Council of Dragonhurste. She's
That's
pointing
right.
to you three.
oh, right.
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot.
He sort of gulps a little bit and says, well, I was kidnapped last night. Right after I got done serving drinks. And it was 3 drow. And they were taking me back to a citadel not too far from here. They thought I had some information on something. I don't know what, though. I guess they thought because I was with, Renella and all that, they thought maybe they had some information on you, or maybe they thought I could help them take you down because you know how powerful of a wizard you are. I'm just
Can
glad.
I roll insight on Tumba?
Sure.
Okay. 10.
As far as you can tell, as far as what you can tell, he's being truthful, and he just looks distraught and pretty sleepy and pretty beat up. Does anyone else want to roll insight?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll insight as well.
I mean, I might as well.
Okay, that's a 9. I'm still looking at the forest like, what is he up to?
14?
All right, so 14. Tellercos, you notice his body language is sort of describing he's a little reluctant to say, but then it's almost like he's starting to concoct a story as he's going along. Is what you can tell. Just
maybe you should start telling the truth rather than coming up with a whole, set of lies to fill the gaps instead. Just explain what happened.
Can I
Like you're
intimidate?
dealing with professionals here. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll intimidation.
Okay, apparently I'm not very intimidating. That's a 7.
No, it's not
I just
very
look
intimidating.
angry.
I mean, I might as well. Let's see. 5. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, May.
We are...
Roll intimidation.
Well, I would like to actually, like, tell Tomba, you know, we want to help you. There are things that have happened last night that are unexplained, and we just need to know what happened. So we really need to know the whole truth from you. So maybe I could roll persuasion?
Sure.
Okay. Oh! 4.
We are so bad at this.
Wow.
We are so bad at this. We used all of our good rolls on slapping people.
We
This
did.
is-
We
yeah.
really,
did.
really
Yeah.
did. Dang.
So, and Ranella
Oh.
is the one just looking at Tumba and like, it's like they think you're not being truthful, Tumba. Why don't you tell us what really happened?
Can I send a psionic telepathic message to Tomba and
Sure.
be like, we know you're lying.
Sort of looking
Tell
around
us
like,
the truth.
sort of looks around. It's
We
like,
see everything.
he sighs, he's like, all right, I was working with the drow. They promised me money, they promised me gold. I didn't know they were gonna kill me, okay? Or at least kidnap me and then kill me. That was after the fact.
They promised you gold for what?
For the statue.
Where is it? Where's the statue?
Did they have it? Like, do you have it? Where is it?
I helped.
Jew! I yell at him.
He's like, oh! I helped cast the spell that transported the statue, okay?
And where did you transport the statue to?
Dude. You see he's really reluctant to say anything. He's like,
Can I pick him up?
sure. I mean, he's a little halfling.
Okay, I pick him up by his shirt. I just
Okay.
like,
All right,
Tell us.
roll another intimidation with advantage.
yes. Awesome. Okay, here's hoping that next one's better. 16.
All right, 16. All right, he's pretty scared now, and Ranella just has her arms crossed, just looking at the whole thing because she knows, like, you know, you basically got him. She does not have to do much. So as you pick him up and you're scaring him, it's like it's at the White Peak Citadel. It's northeast of here. It's like, please don't hurt me. I didn't know what a big deal this statue was.
Why did they want it?
I don't know. All they'd mentioned was they were going to give me gold
Why were they gonna kill you?
to, I guess, try to cut any ties or leave any trace.
Why were they kidnapping you first?
I don't know how these drow work. They were originally gonna... Alright, so here's what happened. After we helped transport the statue, I went over to Farmer Steve's house and to his barn, and I helped him steal the horses there, and I thought they were about to give me the gold because they came out with this like big, bag, and then all of a sudden one of them just hit me on the back of my head, and before I knew it, this vampire looking guy found me and took me back to town.
Oh.
Well, actually, he wouldn't know he was a vampire. Just he would describe Niros like this weird guy, like got me out of the bag and took me back to town.
So
Yeah, the one that just did the...
Yeah,
where are the
Just
drow
awful
Force
elves
thing.
now?
they were dead.
Dead. Uh-oh.
Okay, so no... at least we have a destination. We don't have any extra information about who be responsible
Body's
with this or
still
anything,
there?
but
I mean, they were when the guy, my savior, was taking me back to town.
Well,
Yeah, he's a hero.
he
what
may
are
have
the
saved you
odds
from...
he just went back to take care of them?
Hi, we should... All right, I pick up... I put down the halfling next to the elf.
Oh my
And
God.
I tell her, he needs to be grounded. And I look at him and I say, you know what? I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. Let's go.
Oh God! As you're walking away,
Roll for emotional damage, Zuby.
I know, right?
Wow.
Roll for psychic damage
Fuck.
from like mommy magic.
That I rolled a nat 20 on that. Just... you just hear him muttering,
He just burst into tears.
like, oh God, that's the worst thing someone could have said to me. And you just see him just start tearing up, and he's like, I'm so sorry, Ranella. As you three are walking away, he's just like, I'm so sorry, Ranella. She just looks at him and just says, don't even look at me.
Whoa.
You made bad choices.
Oh.
So you three are heading to the fort, like where you saw Niros go?
Yeah.
We're heading to where we saw Niros,
As
like
best
the
we
Homer
can.
Simpson into the hedge.
Okay. So
I
Niros...
start like trying to find him in the hedge.
So, Niros, as you are heading back to the forest, were you trying to hide your tracks or anything like that as you're heading back?
I mean, I was heading back to my campsite first to gather my stuff because I technically did not gather my stuff.
Okay.
And then I would have gone from my campsite. So I would have like left the trail pretty quickly to go towards my campsite. Then from there, I would have just hastened to the area where they were, and I wouldn't know what to do with the horses.
Okay. So before we get into that, one of you three that are following Niros, give me a survival check with advantage.
I have a +3 to survival. How do folks?
Oh, it's better than me.
I have a +4.
Go for it.
Oh, dang.
Okay.
May?
Staying alive. Nat 20, baby!
Oh, damn.
So 24.
Yeah, you're able to definitely find Niros' tracks very easily.
It's this way.
As you
here.
can tell, Niros looked like he was in a hurry to get back to where he was, so wasn't really covering his trail or anything like that. And so as you get back to the horses, Niros, what would you like to do? Or as you get back to the bodies and then the two horses that are left?
Well, I think that Niros is not the strongest of boys. So, in order to make them weigh a bit less, he would use his life draining powers to suck the rest of the essence from them.
Okay.
Which leaves them kind of mummy-ish, but he's weak and he cannot pick them up as they currently are.
Okay.
So he gets a little bit of a beefy boy boost from doing this, and also they get a little bit less beefy. So he would essentially just kind of like, I guess I would find like, I guess I would try to find a patch of like soft ground.
Okay.
And kind of do a bit of a, not a full dig, but just disturb the ground enough that I can kind of like lay them in place. Look, you disrespect me by not telling me your name, I will kill you, but I'll at least bury you afterwards. I'm not just gonna dump their bodies into a ditch.
You're gonna at least be respectful to the people you killed.
Yeah.
So as
Their
Mummified.
afterlife will be determined by how good they were, generally speaking.
so when you went back to your camp, did you take it completely down? Like,
Yeah, I packed up all my stuff.
okay. So As you three are following Niros' trail, you notice it stops at one point and then it sort of like goes down a little bit, about a little bit southways. You could tell like where he was camping, and then as you go down about 70 feet, you find Niros in the middle of what looks like to be digging. You don't have the 3 bodies in there yet, but you are digging as you 3 come along.
Well,
Hero?
there's our hero, and he's digging.
You guys shouldn't sneak up on people.
Well,
We did not sneak up. We simply followed
announcing our
you.
presence loudly.
I honestly, I'm kind of shocked at how loud we were this entire.
Yeah, they were not being very quiet. Like by the time that you would have heard them by the time they got to your camp, because your camp was only a little bit ways.
Oh,
I've been showing them pictures of my children.
Oh, okay. So yeah, if I heard that they were coming, I would have hidden a tree.
Oh, okay. So then so he's hiding in a tree, but you would come across the site where he was digging. Someone was digging, right? And then you see the 3 dead drow bodies and the 2 horses that are just standing there. Well, they've sort of like wandered off a little bit, just sort of grazing on grass and stuff and bushes, leaves and stuff like that.
Oh no.
Oh.
Well, here's the drow elves.
Those are some beautiful horses. I was like, those are good.
That's
Oh, yes.
the
Sorry.
bodies. No
Yeah,
worries.
yeah. Drow.
The horses will be there.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. What? Well, I mean, we've got them, but they're dead. So, do we?
Yeah, let's look and see if they have anything on them. I guess.
So as you are looking at the bodies, Karen, I need you to give me I guess it would be a perception check as you get near the bodies and look at their clothes.
It's a 15.
15, all right. So as you get near these 3 drow bodies, they're wearing purplish robes with like an emblem that says ID on the side of it, and your face just sort of widens a little bit and you realize that is the logo of In-House Dynamics, the MLM company that is responsible for Panacea in a bottle.
I look at these bodies and I spit on them.
Is that part an investigative thing I don't know about?
No, they're just
Corinne?
filth.
Do you know them?
I don't know them, but I pick up like an arm with like the insignia on it, and I point at it and I say, "This is from what? I'm sorry, the company again?
In-House Dynamics.
In-House Dynamics. Remember when I finally found and broke down that
Her name was Fira.
yes, that what Vera's stall yesterday."
Oh, it's hard to forget. Yes.
And I start flopping the arm around as I'm like gesticulating, just gesturing, like, this person was part of it.
Oh.
Part of the same company. Clearly nothing good can come from them. Although I don't know if I would have killed them necessarily. That seems a lot, but
we don't. For all we know, they were like incredible warriors, and this was the only way to stop them. And
right, I'm sure it was self-defense.
They had to have been competent, with the kidnapping and all. Like, definitely not falling out of trees and missing every chance that they
This
had
one
to
looks like
attack.
it's got some broken legs, though. I've got a lot of medicine
I
learning.
think a knee's supposed to look like that.
No, their
The
legs are
bones sticking
bent
out.
backwards.
Yeah,
This isn't
and 2 of
right.
them do have slit necks. Slit throats, I mean, yeah.
Oh, well,
Oh.
it looks like someone was about to bury them.
Huh.
Well, Niros' trail ended here, and then
Yeah,
you don't really know where it went.
Was this Niros? Was this somebody?
And Niros, you're
else?
hearing all this too, by the way.
Well, I don't see another trail. I guess we've lost our hero.
I don't... what's his... I start like, wait, didn't they say that Didn't that hobbit say that? The hobbit. Didn't that halfling say that?
We don't want to get sued.
He was in a tree? Sorry.
No, it's all right.
Did he say that he was in a tree? Maybe he's in a tree. Should we shake trees? I just go around shaking trees.
Oh.
He didn't say anything about me being in a tree.
Did he say anything about you being in a tree or no?
No,
Okay.
No. He never said no.
Never mind. I do not shake trees. Well, I guess we should maybe. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take a look around, and I use my gem flight, which is a thing that I can do as a gem dragonborn.
Ooh.
I have a bonus action to manifest spectral wings for 1 minute. For the duration, you gain a flying speed equal to my walking speed and can hover. So I hover and try to see if I can see anything from this additional height.
So you're hiding right now, Niros. Give me a stealth.
I am actively hiding you.
All right, give me a stealth check.
There's a 14.
14. All right, so as you go up, Karen, I need you to give me a perception check as you fly above the trees and just start looking around.
Oh, nah, I only got a 9.
Nope, so you would not see Niros in the trees.
I see nothing!
Can I do a perception check?
What are you looking? Just looking up or looking around?
I
go back down and pick each of you up and then lift you up.
The thing is, right? Logically speaking, if you think about whenever you looked for things, generally there's a truism to the statement that gamers don't look up, because people in real life very rarely, when they're searching, look up. Most frequently it's at eye level, maybe a little bit higher, and then mostly lower. Another thing that is weird to think about is people complain about games when you can't jump. When's the last time that you jumped? Legitimately jumped?
In real
life?
Not in a game?
Yeah. I read something that said that, and I thought about it, I was like, holy crap, I don't jump very much. So it's not necessary to jump in games. But yeah,
I feel like I would
be looking up.
Yeah, I would probably check at ground level anyway, because I'd be followed up to this point.
Yeah, because I was going to say, it wouldn't make sense for you two to be looking up.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I see Corinne start flying around, I'm going to pull out my flying broom that I won, because it can float 5 feet off the ground, which is taller than I am. So I'm just going to float around at 5 feet because I saw Corinne flying. So I'm like, I guess this is what we're doing. And I'll just...
Roll a perception.
I'll just, investigate the area. I'm not looking up higher than where I am. I rolled a 20.
Hey, that's really good.
A dirty 20.
You see trees, you see bushes, you see 3 dead bodies. You see couple horses. You see Tellercos as well.
Yeah, I mean, you're higher than me technically at this point. It's
I mean, you can look up and see Karen, but you're not gonna see anything else.
Well, I don't see our hero anywhere here, so
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm very perceptive with my 9 looking around the ground.
Makes sense, because you're still a little hungover too.
Yeah,
In that case, let us put these bodies on the backs of these horses and bring them back into town. Perhaps they can, I don't know, more people can investigate, or at least figure out what to do with them.
I can identify them to find...
None of you investigated the bodies except...
Oh.
Yeah, I want to look at the bodies.
Sure. So you get down off your broom and you go to one of the bodies to investigate. So roll investigation, and Tellercos, you can too.
Oh, yeah, I'll grab the one with the crappy legs.
I rolled a 7.
12.
Well, Tellercos.
Big numbers.
You do find a note. What languages do you know, Tellercos?
I know, back to my character, I know Common, Dwarvish, Infernal, and Sylvan.
All right, unfortunately, you would not be able to read this. It is in a language you do not understand.
Show the rest of the class?
Yes.
Yeah. Like, oh, no, can't read it though, but no, somebody knows whatever language this is.
May, you would recognize this as Elvish, so let me DM it to you in Discord real quick here.
Ooh. Oh, I can read that. That's Elvish. Yeah.
Oh, dang it. Frickin' OneNote doesn't... I guess I gotta type it out.
It's been a while since I've used Elvish, but I'll try to translate it.
Yeah, like I haven't seen, like, with my training, you know, it's Elvish never came up that much, so I think I know how to say, like, ask an elf where the bathroom is, but that's about it. Not very helpful.
I only know common, guessing draconic, and I can speak to elements and some primordial creatures. It was useful on my adventures. Got to
So
know
the first part is what the note says, and the second part is the name of the person who wrote the note.
Okay, so if I'm translating this correctly, it looks like it says, bring him to the Citadel after you transport the statue. And this is signed Thundara Firefox. Bring
Does his
him
name-
to the Citadel after
Does his
you
name sound
transport
familiar
the
to
statue.
me?
If I recall, Fira should have mentioned that this was someone, their upline.
Yes, this was it.
And
This is the
White Peak
upline.
City.
Oh man, this goes deep. Also, if they were already bringing the Halfling, blanking his name, then statue was already taken. So I guess the Citadel.
It means we can get two birds with one stone. I can
One really big
one
god-shaped
really big
stone.
Get
Yeah.
the statue, punch the Firefox lady.
Yeah. Okay.
Always wanted to punch a browser. Yes.
Yes, once I punched a construct. It was made of chrome.
Oh man, that had to
Wow,
hurt.
Did that hurt?
Yeah, like.
It did, but you should have seen the other one.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
you're so strong.
Slap fighter. So yeah, that checks out.
All right. Well,
You took that to the edge.
I'm not
No.
sure where
You know,
the White
the
Peak
Internet
Citadel-
Explorer, the opera.
Oh no.
No,
And
no.
Chromium.
Once I punched this warlock, he really liked nets and escaped a lot. I'll stop.
We're done.
We're done.
The browser session is over.
He
Wow.
you served him right.
Yeah,
Oh
he
my
retired and
gosh.
went on safari.
Oh, that's nice. That was good. You're much better at this than I am.
Ooh.
Shoot, where'd my pencil go? Oh, there it is. All right. Yeah, so that is the note you found. What do you all want to do?
Well,
And Niros is still stealthing out.
I think since none of us are from around here, we probably don't know where the White Peak Citadel is. So we may need to go back into town and try and get directions.
Do we want to take them with us, or
Yes, we
the?
can take the bodies back into the town.
The horses.
Where those
Yeah.
horses are? Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
probably around. They seemed.
Yeah, the horses are around. Like
Domesticated.
they're, just grazing right now.
I really want to kind of like take a look at them though up close. These are good
Why?
horses. It's a good spot. Not just like academic stuff. It's like, they got some good they got a good build to them. It's like, yeah, take some notes, and I can make a good sketch for my stuff. Is like
you've seen horses
peak
before.
Specimens. I have
You've seen horses before.
good horses. I'm like, dang,
They're
nice
Are
horses.
these particularly good horses?
They're very basic riding horses.
Well, I'm seeing them from a bit of a distance. I'm like kind of projecting. I get up to them, then I probably know. So like, oh, okay, they're fine.
I think Mel and I are just standing there as you just sort of eye those horses from afar, like, there's some good-looking horses. We're like,
let's get these bodies loaded up.
Yeah, we're like getting the bodies. You just
Yeah. I mean, I could get like the head while somebody,
I've just picked up two bodies.
Oh,
yeah, you're just draping up across the horse.
Yeah, because K'aranina and May, you would be able to handle the bodies, no problem. It's just with May, you lack the height to be able to get them all on the horse on your own.
I'm trying to put one up there.
I picked it up.
I'll supervise.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, lifting it isn't an issue. It's just the height.
Yeah, but with the knees,
Just throw the body.
That, yeah. No, mate, let go of the legs. Ah!
Well, I guess we'll head back into town, and I probably need to let Ro from the priesthood know what we found out as well.
And I need to pay my tab.
That's important, yeah.
Go for some toast still.
Right,
But and also we could get directions to the citadel.
Yes,
and then,
to the White Peak Citadel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we rolled back into town with some bodies and horses.
All right, Niros, what are you doing as they're heading back into town?
Well, once they leave, I'm gonna come down from my tree.
I'm gonna look behind. No, I'm kidding. We're gone. We're gone.
No, they're gone.
I'm just gonna be like, why? I was dealing with it myself, and I was gonna put them on the ground, and she spit on the guy. I mean, I killed him, but yikes. I guess they were part of some bad corporation anyway, so I get a pass.
You get a pass for killing them.
Yeah, it's fine. I am going to... I don't know.
You know your curiosity is piqued about the White Peak Citadel.
Oh, snap.
Oh.
Yeah, so I would try to I guess slowly go back towards town.
Okay.
Making sure that I'm not I give them essentially time and space. I'm not trying to
Yeah. You'd wait a little bit before coming down, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would go and actually I would kind of circle up and around, so I'm not coming from the same place that I entered.
Okay.
Smart.
I must hide my murderous shame.
And now it is time for a quick break, so go ahead and get those snacks and drinks ready as we go and finish up episode 2 of The Price of Progress. Hey everybody, we are back. Had to take a quick little break, and unfortunately Justin did have to leave. Something did come up. So we are going to continue on with just the remaining three. We are almost near the end of this session, so we're going to continue on where the three are heading back to the town of Dragonhurste with horses in tow with the three dead bodies. And we will open it up where you three come back to town. Where's the first place that you would go?
I think we'd probably try to go back to, maybe like the inn, because that was where we left, I don't know, the statue, I guess. The statue, see if Ro is around there. That I'm looking for Ro, specifically.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I it's like, we're not going to take the ID Dro, to wizards or anything like that. It's like they're sized.
Do we just pass the caravan? Is the
Yeah.
halfling still weeping?
Well, no. At this point, you don't even see the halfling or Renelia at all. They're now getting ready to go, and
Do we hear sobbing?
Yeah, it's
No.
inside a wagon.
No,
He's
you
better.
don't hear sobbing. You don't know what
Okay.
they did with Tomba.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
ominous.
Ooh.
All right, we roll up to. By this point, all of you know my children.
We've
You know
heard
their
a lot of
names.
stories. Yep.
I've shown you the drawings they've made on my great axe and the stickers they put on.
They're so nice.
Oh,
They're
look
very
at the-
talented.
Look at the owlbear with the ripped leg there. It's like, oh, that's cute.
That's my Cooper. He's such a budding artist. I'm so proud. We're carrying like 3 dead bodies on a horse.
Yeah, you are getting looks from the people outside the caravan. They're sort of like, what the hell? And you are getting, as you're heading towards back to the town square. Excuse me. You are getting looks from some people, and as you get near the inn, Ro does come out and sees you three and says, "What's going on here?" She's looking a little bit confused.
Well,
She approaches May
why.
first.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna tell Ro pretty much everything that happened when we went and we talked to Renelia, and then Tumba showed up, and then we went on the woods to find the hero that saved Tumba, and we found the bodies, and now we're bringing them
All
back.
these dead bodies on the road. And are these really pretty horses?
No,
They're beautiful.
They're
They're
pretty.
gorgeous.
they're all right. Like
Those, she says, those look like Farmer Steve's horses.
There's
Oh.
beauty to be found in farmer steeds as well.
Yeah.
huh.
She and
did he like rent him out? Are these stolen from him or?
probably stolen because he did. He's actually in the inn right now, in the Shining Maple, pretty pissed off that the people he was renting his barn to stole his horses.
Oh.
Oh,
I
Well,
go
here
into-
they are.
I go into the Shining Maple, say, "Who is the man with the stolen horses?"
You see this older, more pudgy fellow, human, sort of look up from the barkeep, and puts down his mug of ale and says, "That'd be me."
We have found your horses. Also, bodies. Come with us. And I just leave.
So it sort of gives a blank look to Bellador. Bellador just sort of shrugs, and he walks outside. You can tell he's pretty drunk. He's like, "By God, those are my horses. By God, those are the people who I rented my barn to."
Yeah,
What
I don't
happened
think you're
to
getting
him?
any payment back from him, but I mean, you got the horses. I think the wizards have the third one. The ones that are packing up, like, right? Because
Oh yeah,
Tumba
because
was
Tumba
riding it.
came back on
Yeah.
the horse. That's right.
Oh,
so, like, you can
make sure
check with them for that. But you got the other two. They're good horses, also,
Okay.
by the way.
Okay. Thank you. He's holding his mug of ale, looks at Tellercos. "Here you go, take it." Hands you his mug of ale.
So no,
It's the payment as I can give right now, Then,
I'll
I'll do. Ladies, May, Karen.
Oh no, thank
No?
you, thank you. I'm good. No, I'm good.
Okay. Just
It's
checking.
also 7 o'clock in the morning, but it's fine. I'm not gonna judge you for that.
it's
so-
7 o'clock. Oh my! I thought it was like getting near noontime. Am I getting?
Oh,
Is it?
Yeah,
it
it is
early?
actually. Yeah, it's getting near noon because you got to remember you
wow.
guys have been sort of traveling
Doing
back
all
and
kinds
forth.
of things.
I didn't realize it was almost lunchtime. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
we're gonna
yeah,
have
this
to
is just
start
a-
looking.
The
So
sun,
pick
it is
me up.
almost ahead,
It is.
above us. Yes.
I'm gonna ask Ro can they do anything with these bodies? We found them like this. Can you take care
So
of them?
you tell her everything you found, and did you tell her they were part of the in-house dynamics as well?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
I go on at length about
Sure,
this.
yeah, we're not we're not keeping anything.
Just want to
from
make sure
them.
you weren't keeping any details away from. So she has this kind of disturbed look, and everybody in town knows about in-house dynamics, and she's like, well, we know one of our own got sucked up into it, Fira. And
we met her. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
She said she was going into
I
the
heard.
soap making business now. I think it's much better for her.
Okay, yeah. I heard she met a pretty fierce person. I'm guessing that was you.
This was me. Yes,
Okay.
I did this.
I
mean,
I
like,
see.
yeah.
Okay. This must have been a pretty powerful wizard or spell to be able to take this statue. She sort of looks around, make sure that see like who's around her and all that stuff, and she says like, well, the statue is actually blessed by Mistra herself and contains some very powerful magic. Whoever took this kind of knows what the statue's about, and I'm a little worried here. Not just for the safety of our town, but for what they could possibly do with it.
Well, now Tumba said Tumba helped cast the spell that transported the statue.
Okay.
And so I guess it was Tumba and these 3 drow elves.
She shrugs. She's like, I guess if that's what he said.
Well, that's what he said, and I believe him implicitly.
Well, I mean, after.
I also threatened him.
Yeah,
We
like,
scared him pretty
man.
bad. Yeah, well, not
Those
we, just
tears.
Corinne.
Did you tell her about the note you found too?
I tell her about the note as well,
Okay.
and I say, this Firefox person, I will find them. And I will also find your statue, most likely. So if you wish, we can go and get that back for you, because even though you have the most subpar brunch I have ever experienced in my travels,
I don't make
that does not mean that you do not deserve to have safety.
I go talk to Bellador. I mean, yeah, I do agree. It's not the best. I usually cook my own food.
I hear that. Yeah, that's
So Ro, you said that the statue has a certain like importance on top of the like blessing by Mistra. I'm going to try to pickpocket Ro in front of Ro.
okay.
All right, roll a sleight of hand.
All right, treat me a little bit better
Do you
this
want to
time.
also do a perception check?
Yeah,
Oh no.
yeah. You two can roll a perception check if you want.
I don't think Tellercos is hiding this.
No,
6. No, I'm very distracted
I roll a
by
13.
the premise of going after fresh blood.
All right, so unfortunately, I rolled a 7, so she does not notice you trying to pickpocket her. But May, you
Nice.
do see it that he's trying to pickpocket Ro, because Rose, as you're talking, you're sort of slowly sidling up or something and trying to take something, and this time like it's nothing stopping you or anything.
Exactly, which is what I was going for. So I'd like to, like, the first thing that I can take from her, I'd like to take from Ro.
This is the person of the claw. What are you doing? You can't take.
You end up taking her Book of Mistra in her pocket.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna hold up the Book of Mistra. It's like, so, of course, as a monk myself, a former devotee of Mistra, I understand the importance of this. But the fact that I was able to take this from you, and I, of course, give it back to Romeo. He's like, so what? How important was that statue to this town and its security?
Hey, you were not there when I attempted to punch people yesterday?
I mean, yeah, but I'm curious as how far this extends since, like, I don't know. I'm hoping that maybe she'll able to offer some insight.
She does say, well, she sort of looks around, like, just making sure nobody really saw that, because and she sort of says in a lowered voice, well, let's just say the statue's been here for a couple hundred years, and there has been 0 murders in town thanks to this statue. What happens outside of the statue's sphere of influence, we cannot control.
Would this sphere of influence be able to be moved with the statue, or is it just gone since the statue's not here?
That I don't know. We've never.
It's
always been here.
200 years.
We've never moved it. I don't know.
Interesting.
It's possible, but this wizard, if they were powerful enough to transport it, who knows what they could do with it, with its magic.
Meanwhile, in the White Peak Citadel, someone tries to slap someone else and just can't.
Yeah, so, Ro, do you know where the White Peak Citadel is?
She thinks about it. I do. Where's my description of it? I've got it somewhere. Where to put it? I'm so good at this. I know exactly where I put my descriptions of stuff.
Starts doing yoga.
Oh, where did I put it?
Just goes into a sun salutation.
Oh, here we go. Okay, I found it.
Great.
All right, so when you ask her about the White Peak Citadel, she knows immediately what it is and where it is. She said that place has long been abandoned. It used to be an outpost for the Mysidian army for the High Council long ago, back when Darksteel and Mysidia were not so friendly. If you follow the path in the woods to the east, just where you came into town just now with the horses, you'll eventually hit a road that goes north. You'll hit a fork in the road, one going north and one keep going east. You'll want to take that road going north, and it'll take at least maybe a day or two to get to the Citadel from there.
Okay. From the fork?
Yes.
Or from here? Oh, okay.
From the fork.
Is there a place where we can buy provisions so that we may be stocked upon our journey?
Yes, we do have a general store. Very basic stuff. We don't get a lot of adventures here or anything like that, so we don't have, weapons or armor, anything like that. We've got more farm hand stuff, but we can provide rations and some other very basic gear. And you know what? I'll go talk to the owner of the general store and let them know. Put it on my tab.
Oh, thank you
the
so
town.
much.
Cute.
Thanks, Ro. That's really great.
We will bring back this statue.
Yes, we're going to bring back the statue. We want to help keep the town safe.
Everyone should feel safe.
Especially in their home. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're adventurers now. That's what Ro said, so...
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
I've been adventuring this whole time.
Oh.
But now I get to adventure with a party of people. That's new. The only person I've ever adventured with has been my husband.
Oh, I bet that's nice.
It was. We slew so many creatures together. Pillaged their board.
Oh,
Oh.
They were
That's
not nice
unfortunate.
people.
Okay, fair.
That's
I
so
mean,
romantic.
I'm still curious that what later.
Oh, I mean, these were like dragons that had razed entire villages to the ground.
I know, but from an academic standpoint, it's the different biology dragons and the other dragon kinds. Like it is fascinating. It's just, yeah, obviously awful with the but
Don't
never,
be
you know what? Never mind.
judgmental,
Yeah.
Tellercos.
No, I'm not. It's like I like studying things. That's all. It's just.
I mean, I can certainly give you an account of the people we have saved from the various tyrants we have liberated them from.
That's
Oh.
that's neat too. Like, I don't do as much with history, but that's still I love learning whatever I can. Like, yeah, that'd be great to hear too.
I think we're gonna have a lot to talk about on our journey. So this
Rose's eyes are pretty wide too. Like when hearing about slaying dragons, like whoa.
We want to hear all.
It's been a
these
few
stories,
decades.
Corinne.
I've definitely lost a lot of my edge.
She's like the general store's just that way. I'll go talk to him ahead of time.
Just the Homer Simpson thing just fades into it.
Right. Okay, see you later, bro. I'll catch up with you later.
Okay. All right. And I think
so
that'll be a good place to end it there tonight.
Yeah,
We can-
insert the anime ending of just like we're walking
Perfect.
in a
Yeah,
field.
and it goes like grayscale.
It goes grayscale as all of us like jump in the air and like try to do a high five, like 90s, like a 90s show.
love it.
Nice. Well, thank you all again for playing. Thank you for watching, listening.
Thank you, Zuby.
Thank you so much, Zuby.
Thank you. So we're going to end it there tonight, and we will be back for episode 3 of The Price of Progress. What is going to happen? Are they going to find the statue? What is going on with in-house dynamics? Why does an MLM company want this powerful magical statue? What's going on with this?
Not for anything good.
No.
Just imagining it at like an MLM conference.
No.
Just
I'm
on
gonna
stage.
bring it.
Oh, man. All right, well, have a good night, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
All right, where's the stop record?